Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time. I know, trust me. I haven't filmed a video since March and I actually haven't uploaded it yet. It's from our friend's trip to Tahoe, but I figured that I would just come on here and do a little life update because we do have some pretty big news. Right now Miguel's at work, so I'm just filming this by myself. Just like a little diary kind of thing. But I'm just gonna show you guys. We're having a baby. So we are having a baby, and that picture is from our 11-week ultrasound. 11 weeks is around when we told all of our friends and family and everything. But I just wanted to share how we found out, and also like my first trimester update, because I have been keeping a journal that I thought was just kind of, you know, fun, and I don't know, I like to write, so I always keep journals all around my house, and I like to buy them. I'm a sucker for buying journals. I think this was in one of my Vlogmas videos, and I bought it in December and barely started using it. So yeah, I wrote in here like kind of how we found out and just like all of my pregnancy journey so far. So I thought that would be fun to kind of look back on, and if the baby wants to read it, the baby can read it like later on in life. But yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of start and share how we found out. So it was around March when we started trying. It was kind of in the moment, you know, we just decided, let's see if it happens. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. So I was taking pregnancy tests regularly because I knew we were kind of trying, and I wanted to know if we were pregnant or not. So I just kept taking them. And I would take them in the morning before work. So one morning I woke up super early, like right away when I had to go to the bathroom first thing in the morning. I took one, and there was a really faint line on the pregnancy test. So I was kind of like, am I looking at it too hard? Is it actually positive? Like, what is going on? I told Miguel right away when I saw the faint line. I just couldn't like wait to surprise him or whatever. I was just really excited, so, and kind of nervous and like shocked. And I also didn't know if it was a faint line or if I was just seeing things. So I ran over to him, and he was literally half asleep, and I was like, Miguel, I think it's a positive. Like, do you see a line? And he said no. So I waited a few more weeks to take another one. And I actually went to the store to get the clear blue digital one, so it would say like not pregnant or pregnant, because I just needed to know. I didn't need to, you know, worry about the lines or positive or negative, whatever. I just needed to know yes or no. So I took the digital pregnancy test and waited the 2 or 3 minutes, whatever, and it said pregnant. So obviously I was really excited. I was like in shock. So I told Miguel right away, again, when I saw the pregnant on the test. I didn't do a big old surprise or reveal or whatever. I just told him, and I was like, look, it's pregnant. It says pregnant. I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it actually happened. Like, you know, we were just kind of like in the moment, so it was fun. And we took a while to get used to the fact that I was pregnant. Just because even though we were trying, it was still like, you know, oh my God, our life is gonna change forever. We were excited, and we still are excited. But yeah, that is how I found out. Nothing like crazy, or I didn't throw up and find out I was pregnant or anything like that. It was really like, we were trying, took a pregnancy test, it was positive, and then we both knew. So super simple. I like it that way though. I'm a simple person. So we are super excited to go on this new journey, and I cannot wait to record everything. And I'm so far along already. I don't know what I've been thinking and whatever, but I want to get into my first trimester. So let's talk about that. All right, so I'm just gonna go over our first trimester and everything and how that went for me and all of that stuff. So the first prenatal appointment that we had was on May 8th, and we thought we were getting an ultrasound that day, but it turns out they don't do them that early. I don't know. That was what we were expecting, and that didn't happen. we went to the doctor and it turns out they were just going to do a bunch of tests, you know, like blood tests, see how I was doing, take my weight and my blood pressure, and I had to fill out a bunch of paperwork and stuff like that. It went really well, except that I had to get my blood drawn, and I didn't know I was getting my blood drawn that day because they just didn't tell me. I don't know, maybe they assumed I knew, but I didn't. And the only thing I ate that day was watermelon. It was 9:30 in the morning too, by the way, and I was feeling like sick, so I only ate some watermelon that morning, and then we were gonna go grab food after. But okay, this is how it went down, guys. I went downstairs to the lab to get blood work done. Okay, I was feeling all right. I was kind of feeling nauseous, but I'll touch more on how my symptoms were the first trimester after this. So I sat down, and the woman who was taking my blood was really nice. She helped me a lot. And I usually am not really that squeamish when I get my blood drawn, but I actually haven't gotten my blood drawn in a really long time before that. So yeah, I was trying not to look, and I don't know what happened. I think it was just because I didn't eat that much that day. She took so much blood, like 3 or 4 like vials of blood, okay? I was like, what? She just kept going and going. And so when she was done, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna faint. I got that dizzy feeling and I just didn't feel well, and she gave me an orange juice like right away, and I took one sip and I felt like I had to throw up like immediately. So I told her, I was like, sorry. And she was like trying to lean me back in the little chair or whatever, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And I was sitting there like gagging and trying not to puke all over the area where they take the blood, and she was trying to get the trash can and like give it to me, and she finally got it. It was stuck under the counter, and she finally got the trash can. Right when I saw the trash can, I puked in the trash can. The poor woman was holding my hair. Miguel was in the waiting room. I was just like throwing up. It wasn't a lot, just because, like I said, I only had water and watermelon for breakfast. And she kind of like looked at my throat, and she was like, did you have something red to eat? Because she was probably like worried it was blood or something. And I was like, it was watermelon, like still puking in the trash can. But yeah, she was like, okay, all right, that's okay. She was really sweet and helped me and made sure that I was okay. So I'm very thankful for that. And then I had to do a urine test. So I went to the bathroom and kind of like cleaned up. I didn't get throw up on me or anything. I just kind of like went to the bathroom. I was in shock, still feeling dizzy from almost fainting on the freaking table and throwing up. So I peed in the little cup, put it on the tray, and then I went out to the waiting room to meet Miguel. And the way our doctor's office is, it's like you can kind of hear what's going on in the area where they take the blood and from the waiting room, like it's super close together and the door is open. So I asked Miguel, I was like, did you hear me throwing up? He was like, no, you threw up. I'm like, yeah, I threw up. It was really gross, but yeah, that's just what happened. I don't know how to explain that. So then Miguel had to drive us home. I drove us there because I was feeling fine when we got there, but obviously I threw up and was dizzy, so he drove home and I was laying down in the car. The first trimester of my pregnancy, even before I got pregnant, I was getting car sick super easily. And so because I was feeling so like sick and had already thrown up, Miguel's driving was like, I wasn't having it. And I was trying to hold in my throw up the entire time. Sorry if you don't like throw up. I don't even like throw up. I get anxiety from throw up, so this is a lot to talk about right now. Anyways, I was fine until we got home. I ran to the bathroom, threw up more, and then that was it. I was out for the day. I was sleeping all day. I ate when I felt like eating, and then yeah, that's how our first prenatal appointment went. Let's talk about how I was feeling the first trimester, because it wasn't that bad. I was prepared for the worst, guys. I just felt nauseous and I had a lot of food aversions, so I didn't know what to eat. Everything tasted bad. as soon as something got in front of me to eat, like I would make dinner or Miguel would help me make dinner, whatever, I didn't want it, I would take one bite and not want it. I never threw up again after the watermelon incident at the doctor's office. So I would gag a lot on certain smells or like anything. I was just like gagging a lot, and it was a lot of gagging over the toilet, but nothing would come out because I would be so hungry and I hadn't eaten yet or whatever. So what I found that really helped was eating a lot of fruit and just drinking a lot of water. I also really wanted Sprite, so I was just drinking Sprite just because it would help settle my stomach a lot, and I didn't want any food with flavor. I was having like garlic and onions in some of my food for flavoring, and I just cut that completely out because it was making me feel gross and nauseous and I didn't like it. So a lot of plain food, a lot of fruit, vegetables, you know, just plain. And that really helped me a lot, and I just didn't throw up as much as I thought I was going to. So I'm really thankful for that. Yeah, like I said, just nauseous. I had extreme smell. Like I could smell the toilet water. That's how I can still smell the toilet water. I think I've learned to like live with it. But I would clean our toilet, obviously, so good, and I could still smell the toilet water, you know, like that smell of toilet water. I don't know, it grosses me out. So I have to like be in and out of the bathroom, otherwise I gag. Well, not anymore, but in my first trimester. But it was just like, ugh, I could smell everything. I didn't really want to be next to Miguel because for some reason, the way he smelled, or like his shampoo, or I don't even know, just I didn't like it. And I Googled it because I felt really bad. I was like, you have to stay over there, like I'm gonna gag and it's not good. So I Googled it, and it happens to a lot of women where their partners or whatever boyfriends smell doesn't appeal to them. But that has gotten better, so we're not worried about that anymore. Oh, another thing, I've been super emotional. Obviously this is very common. I cry over a lot of things. Last night I cried because we ran out of watermelon. Oh, by the way, since I threw up watermelon, I haven't been able to eat watermelon until this week, and that's like 3 months, actually 4 months later since I threw up the watermelon. So finally able to eat that again, which is nice because I love watermelon. I forgot to mention, when we went to the doctor, I did end up having a UTI because I just didn't know. A lot of people don't know. The doctor explained to me that sometimes you just don't know the symptoms, and it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't affect you, but it's good to always check. So they check every pregnant woman because it could lead to serious problems. And I did have a UTI, and I had to go get some medicine for it. And yeah, so I had to take that my first trimester, and I was taking my prenatals before I even got pregnant, so I'm still taking them. And yeah, my nails were growing, still are growing like crazy. I can't even get my nails done because they grow so fast, and my hair has been growing. I recently just got it trimmed. Miguel's sister trimmed it for me. It was a little bit longer, but it's already growing back. So I'll probably get another trim. Probably after I have the baby, I'll get another haircut or whatever. But yeah, so that's really how my first trimester went. Oh, I have one more thing. I did have some bleeding in my first trimester, and it was very scary. But I called the advice nurse. Everything was fine. Obviously, I'm fine now. But yeah, it was just a little scare. But we're doing good. We're doing great. I'm gonna put a picture, maybe like, I'll scoot over. I'll put a picture here of what I looked like in my first trimester, because I didn't do any videos or anything. I did take pictures of my bump and how my body was looking when we first found out, and kind of like pictures throughout the whole pregnancy so far. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm so excited to keep recording our little pregnancy journey and then parenting journey. We do know what we're having already, so in the next few videos I'll probably tell you that. It's already on my Instagram. Everybody in our family already knows, but YouTube doesn't know yet. So I have yet to post it. yeah, let me know what you guys think I'm having in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your post notifications on so you know when I post a new video. Okay, bye guys.